Drew with Mobility Scooters Direct and
Sergio.
We're here to show you the Pride Mobility Raptor. It's the R3 1700. As you can see, this scooter comes in a very well-packed crate. It's the first time we're opening it, so we want to share that with you. This is what you're going to expect to see when you get your delivery of the Pride Mobility Raptor. So we want to go through the ropes and show you how this actually opens and comes apart. First off, you're going to see that it's a sealed container. And what it looks like here is that it has a little tongue and groove, a little tongue piece or flap. You can just probably pry these up and out of the way. You're probably going to need 2 people to do this, to be honest with you. It's a bigger scooter. So what I'm seeing here is that's how this works. Each tongue will slide through this hole. You see what I mean?
And careful not to cut your fingers.
Yeah, watch your fingers. So I would say that you want to use a longer screwdriver and you want to pop up the edge here. As you can see, it's loose and it comes up. So again, these little tongues go through the groove. Now it'll just pop up. You can see it starts to wiggle.
You should really try and unlock each one. And then, if it doesn't come out easily, readjust it. I think we're free.
Yeah?
This one's still a little tight.
There. Ready? Oh, watch. It's sharp on it. Okay. I got it. Stand it up. Put it flat like this. Good.
So we got the lid off successfully. White glove delivery is probably recommended if you don't think you can handle that type of work, because we have to continue doing that on the sides now to roll it right out.
Right on the top, there's a little box that says small parts enclosed. That's going to be your shroud panel. So whatever color you picked, that's going to be your color insert. So we have the blue.
All right, so what we have to do now is go through the entire box and loosen up these connection points like we did at the top and disassemble the entire frame. The way it's put together, you can't really just take the front out and slide it out and roll it out like we thought. So we're gonna go ahead and do that and time lapse this so you don't have to sit and wait while we do every single one. It is gonna take a little while.
And I'm gonna suggest that you do grab a pair of pliers because your thumbs aren't gonna be able to take this. It was hurting my fingers, so grab a pair of pliers so that you can.
And be careful, it is sharp. It's very sharp. Let's be careful.
Screwdriver to open them up, grab the pliers for the rest.
All right, we've got the top done, the sides done. Now it's time to do the bottom, and everything should kind of wiggle right out of the way and come apart.
Guys, we highly recommend that you have 2 people to unpackage a scooter. It's packed very well. The crate is strong, and the locking mechanism is sharp metal, so you need to be careful. It's protected well. The only downside is you're going to need 2 people to do this. Can't express that enough. So what we're going to do now is that we've opened up the tongues on each one. We're going to slide it out through the groove hole. So as you can see on Sergio's end, it's already started. I'm gonna pop mine out. That's gonna pop off the front panel. I just lay it flat.
We gotta lift up to slide it out the bottom elbows.
So we're just taking off each panel one by one now. So when we take off the cover, there's nothing to obstruct and hurt the scooter. As you can see, it's strapped down on the pallet. Well, here we have it. So let's take off the cover. Voila! Here's our fried Raptor. So, seat shrunk wrap very well. It indicates that there's an XLR USB charger. Pretty neat. So let's go ahead and finish unboxing this. Let's unstrap the pallet. Unstrap it from the pallet. It looks like it comes with one of these little ratchet straps, so you just always push against the spring so that you can open that up. And just pull this other end. So the packaging is really awesome on this. It's held in there excellent. And on the other side here, there's another type of strap. This one has just a single tension release. I'm gonna just pull this end. Pull that through. So, there's two different types of straps here. And it's held with blocks. The scooter transport is awesome, man. It really is.
Hey, so remove it.
No reason for any damage. Yeah. To ship this came from the Pride Mobility warehouse in Vegas. So this came across the country down to South Florida without a scratch on it. Perfect. It's the standard with Pride Mobility products. They're packed phenomenally. Here's a headrest. All right, so we'll go ahead and take it off the unit. I would suggest that we go backwards with it.
Make sure that the switch is in the upward position so that the wheels can freely move over these wooden blocks. We're going to back it up over these wooden blocks that the back wheels are locked into. You want me to get back or front?
I'm just looking to see. Now, this, oh, there's two nails in each one.
Yeah, plus
if there was one, you just turn it.
You don't want to take that apart. They're going to shoot it back.
Okay. Okay.
You want me to grab the back?
I got no problem.
Okay.
So again, it's going to take two people to get this off the unit, and what we're going to do is we're going to go backwards with it. We think it's going to be easier, so. Ready? That? Go. All right, so now I'm going to open up that package that I told you about that contained the front cover. It comes in an array of different colors. We chose the blue, which resembled our company the best, Mobility Scooters Direct. And I see here that there are a couple screws on the inside. So I'm going to get those out of here. And I do see that there's two screw holes with no reveal on here. So that means it's going to have to come from inside here. And it does. So on the inside, as you're sitting on the scooter, you're going to see a hole. That's where it lines up into here. So I'm going to align the front part of the panel first. And you see it's got a little lip right at the bottom here. And it's also got a lip here. So I'm just gonna put that there. And we're gonna see how that fits. Fits perfectly. Pop it in. Oh, perfect, pops right in. So now we can take our screwdriver. Two screws, one in each hole. Sorry, screwdriver. And you don't want to overdo it. Just make sure you can feel the tension. Don't over tighten it. You'll probably crack the plastic. All right, so we're still missing some key elements out of the box here, and I'm going to suspect that they're going to be in the lower compartment, the storage compartment of the scooter. So I'm going to grab the keys, which you'll find on the handlebars. And when you go to the back of the scooter, you're going to find your keyhole. And you're going to turn clockwise. And you're going to lift from the bottom of the seat up. And that's going to open up your storage compartment. So here you have packaging in a couple different boxes. So right off the top, here's your charger. This is a universal XLR 24 volt 8 amp hour. It's great for this scooter. It's a big charger. Next, we're going to find our user manual. And on the inside of this user manual, we're going to find our XLR USB charger. So I'm going to put this off to the side. Last but not least, we have a box here. And we're going to find out what's in here. So if you open this up, it's going to be our rear view mirrors. And they come with two. So that's great. I want to take these off and I'm going to put them on right now. I'm going to lift this sleeve up and I'm going to use my finger to hold it in one place. And I'm going to just turn it clockwise in just like a screw until it gets nice and snug, and I can put a good angle on it. Now you may need a pair of pliers or a wrench to tighten it at the end. We'll be able to make it happen. Especially with this rubber grip, it's going to make it easier to squeeze. So I can feel the tension's already starting, so that's where I'm going to keep it. These are completely adjustable. I'll do the same thing for this one here. So again, here's the screw. So that's going to be a little too loose. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to finish tightening it up. And you can adjust it any way that you would like. That's how that one is. Perfect. All right, guys, so we put on the rear view mirrors or the side view mirrors, and we are going to show you how the dash works. But first, I need to get power to this unit, and there's a breaker switch on the underside of the seat that I'm going to show you. We need to turn, for the first time use, we're going to have to turn this on. And anytime you're storing the scooter for a long period of time, it's suggested that you do this so that you can save your batteries. So when you first get the unit, you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to engage the power by pushing down on this yellow tab, and that's going to turn the power on. To turn the power off, you push this little tab below it, the other tab, and it makes it pop back out. So we need it down to fire it up. So now I'm going to show you the dash. Put in the key in the ignition, and we're going to go ahead and turn it on. You have a completely digital interface. It's really neat. It's going to tell you your time. You can do a lot of different programming with this. It's really neat. But what I want to show you here is some of the really cool features that I like about the scooter. So it has electronic brakes, so it's not like you need a bike grip to stop the scooter, but it does have the bike brake as an emergency. So that's this here. So if you feel you're not stopping fast enough, or you need to stop faster, you would squeeze this. So as I say, the scooter does have electromagnetic brakes. It does stop, but it does not stop on a dime. That's why the bike brake is there. So moving forward, we have a couple of other options. We have the full light package, which is really neat. You have front and rear lights. You have side markers, which will give you your indicator, which will show your indicators, which are left and right. So when you put on the turn indicators and you go to put it back in center, it's just going to take a couple seconds before it turns off, but it will turn off. As you can see, it's turned off now. The throttle on the scooter is located on the right-hand side, and it is a thumb lever. So what you do is you push on the downward motion, and that makes the scooter go forward. So if you slowly press down, you're going to hear a click every time. That click is the electromagnetic brake releasing so that the motor can engage and the tires can begin to rotate. The scooter has a couple different features. There's a high and a low speed. You can keep it on the lower end or the high speed end. If you keep it on the lower end, you're not going to get up to that 13 miles per hour or the 14 miles per hour. But when you put it up here, it's going to give it the extra juice to get it to go. It also has a forward and reverse switch. So right now, as you can see, the F is pushed in. If we push in on the R, and we press down on the throttle, the scooter is going to go backward. It is also equipped with a horn that's pretty high pitch, and you'll hear this. Again, for safety, you're going to find it on the left hand and the right hand side. As mentioned, there is a XLR USB charger that came with this unit. And that is going to get plugged in on the underside of the seat. It comes with 3 pins. This is exactly where the charger will plug in as well, but you can plug in your phone while you're out on the go. So just keep in mind that this is where the charger goes. It's the same as this XLR USB, and it plugs in as such, and it illuminates to let you know that there's power. We're going to show you the charger. Take it out. And it's a big charger. It's an 8-amp charger, and it's necessary because of the size of the batteries. So again, one end goes into the wall. You want to take that cap off. One end goes into the actual charging unit itself, and the other unit and the other part is the XLR, and that plugs in the 3 prongs with the arrow at the top. Plugs right in. You're going to want to charge this up overnight. You're going to see a red power light and a yellow or amber colored charging indicator. When it's fully charged, you're going to see both lights turn green. One other thing I want to mention about the handbrake is you can lock this, and it's great because when you sit in the scooter, you'll always know that the wheels are locked. And what you do is you squeeze the brake, and then you pull this tab back in, and then release the silver part, and it locks the handlebar. To undo the lock, just simply squeeze a little bit tighter, and it undoes it. All right, guys, I want to explain about the adjustable armrests. They are flip back. They are width adjustable and height adjustable. Your adjustment points are going to be here. You have an Allen key. You can loosen this, and this sleeve will adjust up and down. On the back side of the scooter, you're going to find a tension knob. This is the tension knob. Here is the safety pin, as we've discussed in other videos. We pull this out, and then we can just loosen this and adjust accordingly. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it by default. at its current position. And it's a really neat scooter. One thing I really like about the scooter, it's all black. You can change out the shroud, so you can buy additional shrouds and have whatever color mood you feel like, whether it be orange, red, pink, blue. It has some really nice flashy wheels. The tires are tubeless and air-filled. They're gonna last you a long time. Moving on up to the seat. The seat folds forward in case you want to put a cover on it. It makes it a lot easier. Instead of putting the cover over the headrest, we could go ahead and take the headrest off, put it on the floor, grab the handle on the right-hand side, and let it come down. Hey guys, this is a really neat action-packed scooter. I like it a lot. It's a superior machine to drive out on the sidewalks and local parks. It's an awesome unit. I highly recommend it. It's sporty. It feels great. If you're interested in our scooter, you can always get it tax-free and ships-free. You can go to mobilityscootersdirect.com for more information and specifications on this great unit, or give us a call. I'm Drew. Thanks for watching.